As mentioned in my channel update, I am going to do some work on the doors. The doors has been neglected whilst I've been using the gravel bike and getting that ready for a weekend down in the New Forest. But now, at the end of this month, I have 5 days of 50 miles a day cycling from London to Norwich. And this is what I'm going to do it on. I've got some footage of when I first got the bike and a little bit of assessment I did of it. But I definitely need the extra gears this will have because my legs and fitness aren't where they used to be. So the gears and the load carrying capacity will help me do the 250 miles in 5 days, and it's a very, very smooth ride. In fact, I've been out this morning to celebrate the Queen's Jubilee Sunday, and I have taken it on a combination of gravelly canal towpath, the roads, and a cinder track in a local park. And it's almost as good as my gravel bike. I just say that the gravel bike is a bit better when it gets more gnarly. So this is just a little link back to the footage I took previously, and I will put this into one big film to show the starting point. All I can say now is that I've taken off the awful Apollo seat that I had on it and put on a cheap decathlon seat, but that was very comfortable for me when I did the gravel riding down in the New Forest, so I'm going to see if it will do as a touring saddle as well. Okay, let's see where I was when I first got the bike. Here we have my next project bike in the kitchen workshop. It's a trusty old steed that I've picked up locally for a good price. It's been well used, but it's also been well looked after. I think the drivetrain and the wheels have been replaced at some point, and it seems to have been looked after pretty decently up until recently. Clearly it's been left out in the damp. There's a bit of surface rust on some of the fixings, and the chain is rusted and seized. What I want to do with this one is a rolling restoration. I don't want to take it apart and have to put it all back together again. I'd like to get out and give it a go, see how I get on with the famous Dawes Galaxy, and it shouldn't take too long. First things first, I'll check whether the stem and the seat post are free to move. If not, I'll make sure I can get those out and then I'll re-grease them. Next thing I'll have to do is take off the SPD pedals that came with it. I don't have the shoes or the cleats to be able to use that. Then, finally, to be able to get it usable, I need to take off the rusty and partially seized chain and put a new one on there. I'll have to do a few other little minor things. The back brake could do with a bit of adjusting, and it's filthy on the tyres and the wheels, so they'll need a good old clean. Make sure the braking surfaces are up to scratch, and then I'll take it out for a short test ride and see how I get on. It appears to be just the right size for me. I will take the brick saddle off it as well, because that needs some TLC to see if I can get it back from the brink, but there are some cracks in it, so I'm not sure. I've never done that before. I'll have to do a bit of research on the web. So there it is, my next project, a Dawes Galaxy, 1995 or 1996. Supposedly a really good comfy touring bike. Hopefully it can do me a good turn and I can use it on some adventures. I'll let you know how I get on. Now, a quick update on the work done tonight. You'll be able to see that there is an Apollo saddle on there now. Apologies to anyone who's offended by an Apollo saddle being on a Dawes Galaxy, but it'll do for now. The good news is both seat post and stem are free and able to be moved up and down as required. I have also changed the pedals for just a pair of fairly basic Well-Go pedals. The rear brake has been adjusted. The tyres have been pumped up, and all I need to do now is take the chain off, fit a new one, and give it a very good clean. So, fingers crossed, I'll be able to do that tomorrow outside when it's light, and I'll be able to post a bit more information, add to this video, and get something up on the channel. So, taking it for a test ride and all was looking good. What did I do? Well, I ended up replacing the front brake cable. You might be able to see here, there's a nice shiny new one, and put new brake shoes on. Moving back towards the back now, rather than just adjusting the brake, I found I needed to put a new brake cable on that one too. And I've also put new brake shoes on that one. Still a bit squeaky, I need to get some towing going in there. And now I also put on the new chain that I'd planned to do anyway. Things work much better without a seized chain. And there she is, not looking too bad, aside from the terrible Apollo seat. I will do some more work soon.